Assalamu alaikum and peace and blessing be upon all of you. I am coming to you guys from Islamic Society of Tampa Bay here in Tampa, Florida. I am here with Tutolia, which he converted to Islam a while back, but as always, I'm bringing you guys convert stories. And just a couple weeks ago, I saw him here. We usually have a convert luncheon once a month, the fourth Sunday of each month. And he was here, obviously, with everybody else, and I told him that I would love to do his convert story, and thank you so much. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity. So can you tell me exactly how it all happened? What exactly turned you on about Islam, and how did it all went down?
Well, I started finding out about Islam when I was maybe 13, 12 years old. My cousin, he had some Muslim friends, and he introduced me to some of the concepts. And then when I was 14, I started studying it on my own. I watched the autobiography of Malcolm X, which directed by Spike Lee, and that really inspired me. So, as the years progressed, I kept studying more and more, and then eventually I enlisted in the military, and then I was in basic training. And Sundays, everybody in the barracks got their weekends off. So of course, I wasn't Christian at the time. I'm not Christian. And
were you anything at the time at all?
Well, I felt like I was always Muslim. I just hadn't converted yet. It wasn't official. And then when I was there, I just made it official. I said, let me go to the masjid and find out more about what this is about. And I took my shahada.
But who originally actually talked to you about it and turned you on and said, hey,
I just investigated in Wikipedia.
Really? But did you have any family member?
No, not really. I mean, maybe like some of my ancestors way back, but nothing.
So you start basically investigating it on your own?
Yeah.
What kind of curiosity you had to take it out? Was it because of what happened with September 11 or what Fox TV was saying?
It was just a lot of the things made sense to me. My cousin would come to me like, oh, you shouldn't eat pork. Why not? Because it's bad for your health. It's bad for you. And then I started investigating that. I'm like, wait a minute, Islam forbids pork. That makes sense, And then little things like that. As time would go by, I would investigate, why does Islam forbid this? Why does Islam forbid that? And there's always some scientific reason behind it as well. And it all ended up making sense for me.
How long ago that was when you started investigation?
I would say around 2002, 2001, 2000.
And when did you convert it?
2009.
2009.
That's when I took my shahada. But by then, I feel like I was already Muslim.
What is your background exactly? Latino, obviously?
Yeah, I'm Latino. I'm Brazilian on my mother's side. I was born in Brazil on an American air base. And then my father's from Europe.
So what did your family say about that? Is your family, first of all, are they Christian?
They're moderately Catholic, yeah.
Catholic.
Yeah, but no, they didn't mind. In the beginning, they were worried, but then, of course, they're like, what's going on? And then I explained it to them. They're like, no, it's okay then, And today, they don't think twice about it, For a while there, my mom was very supportive. Stop cooking pork, stop eating pork. So, just to accommodate my diet.
Now that you've been a Muslim for a long time, you're a Muslim now, and I'm sure as a part of that, your behavior, everything changes. When you. Well, what did they think about compare? I mean, I'm sure you were a nice guy then, but I'm sure you're better now. What did they think about the changing? That usually happens.
Well, I'm not perfect, brother.
When
we met, I'm not super Muslim, right? But no, it's the things that I was willing to let go of. Like, okay, no more alcohol, no more this, no more that. And this time went by, okay, why doesn't he have any vices? Okay, he's Muslim. And I think that's important. I could be better.
We are good. Yeah, brother.
But no, yeah, I think the discipline for me, if somebody offers me something, no, I don't have any alcohol, or I don't smoke cigarettes, or whatever, and that's important.
That's absolutely amazing. So obviously, when your parents see that from you, are they? How do they think about Islam now?
Yeah, they don't mind. They're supportive of it. I mean, sometimes my dad's like, I don't understand all these rules, but whatever. You know, it's not. It doesn't come from a place of malice. It's just like
Right. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a half brother and a half sister.
What do they think about it?
I
Do
don't.
they
I
talk
don't-
to you about it at all?
No,
or
I
not
don't.
really?
I don't speak to them much. No.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So obviously you fast all the time too. I'm sure you know because you.
Actually, last year was my first fast, and then this year was my second.
Second, I got you. And when you do your prayers, do you do it in Arabic or you do it in English?
I do it in Arabic. I was, fortunately, I was able to learn Al-Fatiha and a couple prayers or a couple of surahs, and I do my prayers in Arabic.
Who taught you?
At the masjid at the Air Force Base.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you recite the Surah Al-Fatiha? I don't want to put you on, but I would
no,
love
it's
to.
okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin.
Alhamdulillah. So every time I hear that from a convert, it makes my heart,
I mean,
happy.
maybe the accent.
No, brother, you did beautifully. So what's now? Are you married, by the way?
No, I'm not.
No, okay.
No, it's law school.
That's right. You told me. So you're going to law school now?
Yeah.
And what are you majoring? I know you said law.
Right. Yeah, I mean, law's the end goal, but right now I'm majoring in philosophy.
Philosophy.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, that's why you understood the Quran pretty quick, What's the bigger picture now? I mean, I'm sure you when you talk to Latino community, do you talk about Islam? Do they ask you?
If they ask, absolutely. I'm not. I feel like I'm not an imam or a sheikh.
Correct.
So like I'll do dawah to action. If somebody asks me, I'll talk to them about it. But I'm not the type to go proselytize. But as people get to know me, then they open up with me. I open up with them. There's a rapport. I tell them about it, and they're like, "Oh, that's interesting."
It's kind of interesting that we talked about it because just right now, by the way, this is the second prayer that we're getting ready to have. We just had the first prayers. I was just showing some clips earlier. People are getting ready to leave, and this is the second one because of COVID-19. They want to break it down in two. But what I wanted to tell you is that obviously a lot of students studied under Sheikh Saeed down here, and once when they got to that point, and then they usually go to Mecca, to Saudi Arabia, so they can study in Mecca and Medina. So a couple of them were here. Obviously I've been watching. A lot of them grew up pretty much in front of me, because I've been a part of this match for almost 10 years, and they were very young at the time. So because there is a sheikh called Sheikh Usman Farouk. I will send you a link. For me, he's my favorite. I mean, people always talk about Zakir Naik and so on and so forth, but this brother, because not only he grew up inside the United States, but the way he debated or the way he talked is just completely another level. As I was saying, he was debating David Wood and two of his buddies that for the past 20 years they've been doing nothing but bashing our religion, and he destroyed all three of them in a matter of half an hour, while all these other sheikhs were just beating around the bush with these guys. The reason I brought it up for you is that we're thinking about pretty much doing the same thing here. So we're establishing and building a dawah team down here that are youngsters. Most of them graduated from the Islamic Society of Tampa Bay. Some of them, most of them were born in America. So establishing a team like that, we're pretty much going to do the same thing, go around universities or parks or anywhere that allow us that you can just go and basically talk the same ways that the Christians are doing, So we're going to start a complete dawah team so that way we can educate people in the right and appropriate way. So that's something that it's at work. It was a dream of mine. I always think about it, and out of nowhere, I was just told today that this is something that they are thinking about. What do I think? I think, man, I've been thinking about it for a long time. Right? And obviously I think Sheikh Saeed himself is going to be involved in it. He's going to be going down there doing it, which is going to be great. You could be a part of it also because we're going to need our Latino team in there.
So, for sure. That's something to take under consideration.
But every time when I hear these heartwarming beautiful convert stories. Obviously, people don't realize that when people convert into Islam, us Muslims that even that we were born a Muslim, we just get as happy as obviously those people. You see that, you know, you got a line of almost 200 people lined up, everybody's trying to hug you and so on and so forth, because we celebrate it just as much. We are very happy for that individual. As you know, everybody is born in the fitrah of Islam, you know, and then based on if you're a Christian or Jew, and they just take you to their path in their own way, of whichever way they want. But is there anything else that you want to say to the audience, you know, the people that who are simply thinking about converting to Islam, or some of them are afraid because of their family, you know, in a lot of situations that I talk to people, because their family, they have lost their family in some cases, but in some cases even that their family were really hard on them. A few months later or a year later, the same way that me and you talked about it, and when they saw the beauty of Islam and the cleanness of the Islam and the way we worship and everything, then they changed my mind. In a lot of cases, they converted into Islam also. So it's great, really, to see that. But if you could just tell,
I mean, my suggestion would be to study as much as possible, so that you know how to explain it to them, and then have patience, have sabr. You have sabr and patience, you know, and talk to them about it over time. You know, their hearts will soften, inshallah, right? So I mean, that would probably be my biggest suggestion. I think that I was fortunate and blessed to have very understanding parents and very open-minded parents. So I didn't have to deal with some of that. And of course, I'm Latino. I'm not, you know, in an American family, it would be, oh, the horror. But yeah, my suggestion would be to study Islam so that you could explain it coherently to your parents and to your family.
Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity. I'm sure we're going to be seeing you every Sunday, you know, and when we have the Converse meeting with Sheikh Saeed and Abu Saad. If there's anything else you want to tell, you know, it's going to be in 4 or 5 different platforms, you know.
I mean, you know, just help out your community. Be very involved. People here in the United States need to see Muslims taking part in community service, and that we're actually part of the communities out here. I think that the more exposure they have to Muslims in general, the less the Islamophobia and the xenophobia will be prevalent here in the United States.
And not only what he said, one other thing I just want to let you know that I always go and post about Brother Khalid here in Igna Relief. Just that one little pantry down there, they have fed over 40,000 people in 1 year. 300,000 tons of food has been distributed in that little place, all volunteers. Obviously, Brother Khalid is the head of the Tampa chapter down here. And then down there, you know, here, let me actually turn the camera here. As you guys can see, that right there, both of those places are you know, people go down there. They don't have to pay if they, you know, if they need a doctor, if they need a nurse, or if they need medication or anything down there. There's doctors around the clock that are down there that are helping people. But that's about it. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, brother. And I don't need to tell you, welcome to Islam. You've been in it for a long time right now, but once again, welcome. We're so lucky, you know, to have you as a part of 1.9 billion Muslims around the world.
I'm proud to be part of it. Yeah.
Love you, bro.
Right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peace and blessing be upon all of you.
Assalamu alaikum.